It's your boy Richie Fontane. Just had an amazing interview with Boss Talks on the Rooftop. Make sure y'all check that out.
What up, everybody? Welcome to Boss Talks on the Rooftop, Season 2. Hey, the weather is still bad. It's treating us real rough out here. So we're in the cigar lounge of Attaché Cigar Lounge. I have the greatest honor of introducing one of our greatest storytellers. You know him, you've seen him, you heard him. You've probably listened to his videos a few times, maybe ran it back and shared them. Richie Fontane.
My man, appreciate that introduction. If you haven't already, you need to do your fucking part. Can we curse on this show?
We can curse.
I've said fucking already, so
hey,
now it's too late
it's
for
done.
me to take it back. I'm gonna just keep going.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard of me already, do your job. I've done mine. I don't want to keep working hard. It's your turn to, put in the effort to know who I am, so then he don't gotta introduce me no more.
Rich, man, hey, I know you're a busy man, so I appreciate you coming through and just
thank y'all for having me, man. I mean, I do want to say I don't want to be invited to Boss Talks on the Roof and then not be on the roof.
Bruh.
I feel like I've been gypped. If I don't get a redo, I'm gonna call the manager.
Bro, get a redo.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, you want to host the whole season? Like, let me know.
Y'all be on the roof in the summer?
Shit,
I'm not coming.
Hey, see, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
Catch me in the autumn.
In the autumn.
I'm a fall roof guy.
Fall roof.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next time we're gonna be on the roof because it's either have your ass out here freezing,
or here we go.
Or here we go. No, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So anyway, but we had to get a hold of you before you got too busy because I know on the next few weeks you're gonna take off. So I mean,
yeah, we hoping for the best.
Ain't no hope, bro. You're doing it. So.
Man.
Yeah, so anyway, man, what got you into being the storyteller that you are? Because I love your videos because they always start with a story and then your delivery is just hilarious as fuck. So, bro, what is it with Tawanda?
I think, well, of course, just for the general sense, of course, I don't really think I answered the question often. For the general sense, Tawanda is the woman in your life that associates to all the crazy shit that, of course, that I'm spewing out. I'm not putting out anything that does not happen.
Right.
And that's why, of course, women, of course, gravitate to the entire character. So whether she's a real person or not, it's neither here nor there. She's literally what people are embodying outside, what women are embodying outside.
Awesome.
For what I aim for. So that's why, of course, with the character, I don't try to make her seem eccentric or, someone who's docile for the most part.
Right.
But find the character that most women, of course, are needed these days.
Right. So with that said, man, Tawanda sound like we need to hit some Douce Spirits.
Yes. Okay.
One of our sponsors, Douce Spirits. This is a Grown Folks Cola. It's whiskey based.
Okay.
And the woman is out of Dallas, man. So I'm gonna let you bless the bottle.
Please and thank you. Come on now. I'll put this bottle here.
Hey, she filled to the brim.
Put rich spirits on the front. If she want to do a little, little thing together, let me know.
Hey, she with it.
Okay.
I let her know.
She said it's whiskey based?
It's whiskey based. This one is whiskey based, but she has a whole line of different spirits that she's into.
All right, make sure y'all get my card for me in the front. I want to need it right in the front.
I'll get some of this myself. So, going into it, man, what
Man.
been successful. Oh,
that's fucking nice.
Right? This is why we have to have it. Like it's just
y'all got another one of those or not?
I mean, they mind, but
that's neither here nor there.
Well, sure. So, okay, why you getting to telling us what brought you to being
so that's what
social media extraordinaire? You're on TikTok, you're on Instagram. It's going nuts, and it's going nuts over you. I'm gonna introduce you to one of my cigars that I like to smoke. I usually do a deep, dark to mild smoke.
Okay.
So you don't walk around with this heavy cigar, bro.
Yeah.
So
please
I'm gonna let you go ahead and open that. You can just push that through.
There you go.
So Like a lot of people are like, why cigars? I'm cut that back for you.
Thank you.
We do the V cut around here.
Hello.
You know what I'm
Breathe
saying?
easy.
Yes, sir. And then while you light it,
yeah.
you go
So
ahead.
so with me, of course, storytelling, I think, of course, as far as comedy is, at least stand-up comedy, which of course a lot of people don't know I do, at least yet. Storytelling for me is a part of stand-up comedy. You can't even be a stand-up comic without being able, of course, to tell stories.
Right.
As far as what y'all seen on the internet, I've done 100,000 of those motherfuckers.
Wow.
Which is why, actually I ain't want to my own, which is why I'm good at it.
Popular shit.
Literally, you're supposed to. So of course, practicing is perfect. I'm aiming towards perfect, but of course, learning how to tell stories is from telling stories. Things whether I went through, that I seen, or of course that I know of, so on and so forth, is all in there, and it's just me showing my practice for the most part.
So, what it sounds like you like perfecting your craft. So a lot of performers, a lot of influencers don't know that like it takes practice, it takes dedication to perfect your craft. You don't just go on stage and just say whatever funny comes to your mind.
Nah, not at all. And trust me, I've tried it. People not laughed. It sucks. It sucks.
Have you been booed before?
I've never been booed.
Really?
I hate to turn that bitch inside out. I'm not even going there. You ain't gotta go that far. Like, you think it's funny.
Yeah.
For you to not think it's funny, and then for you to feel like, this so not funny that I'm gonna let this nigga know by booing. Come on now.
You doing too much.
Let's go out there. So no, never booed, but I've had sets to where people were looking at me like, okay, I'm waiting. Yeah. And I'm like, well shit, that wasn't the one.
That wasn't it?
I'm gonna try this one. Nah. So yeah, it's I think with comedy, which I tell people all the time, and especially stand up, hardest shit I've ever had to do. But of course what I'm showing y'all, the storytelling that I'm putting on the internet, that's literally practice, repetition. Whether I do it in literally one take, it take me absolutely 30 whatever seconds I put into that video, or if I'm sitting in a car for 2-3 hours, it's simply what I'm
Bro,
doing.
I was just gonna get on your head about that too, cause like you know what I'm saying, you got on me about not being on the roof. I'm like, my man is always in the car. Like, where do you be going?
So look, I ain't gonna tell you my fucking secret hiding spot, but I don't go too far from my house. I'm to keep it honest, it's probably the first time I'm gonna say it on the camera. Not necessarily going to move away. I don't want to say that. I'm not moving away from it.
Right.
But I'm going to start offering this year a different side, of course, in my comedic range. I think people, of course, enjoy what I'm providing, but I don't want people to think that I have one thing to offer, so on and so forth, because that's a lot on me. So I want to make sure everybody know that.
Facts. So you said like December has been crazy for you, right? So I know that's put you in a different tax bracket.
Thank God. Last year, of course, everything was happening to me, and people were starting to recognize who I was. The notoriety is cool. The notoriety is amazing. For people to know you for literally doing something that you're trying to do is an amazing feeling. But knowing me did not feed my dog.
Right.
Yeah, she was like, "Hey, are we eating chicken or any kind of food tonight? Like, let me know." So
what are you throwing me today?
Exactly. So. Of course, I was making it, but not making it. Praise God, December hit, and start making money. Making money so, I can afford my lifestyle. I can afford to not only, of course, pay the bills, but buy, and so on and so forth off of comedy. Not necessarily saying I never had no fucking money. I was driving, so I was good to go.
Right.
But off of comedy, December and January are the most amazing 2 months of my life, as far as.
Man, that's a blessing, man. Praying for more blessings to fall in your lap, brother. So, when you went into comedy, what was that transition like for you? Like, you went from like, hey, you know what, I'm just start talking shit and see what happens. Or
So, funny enough, not funny enough, actually, I'll take that out. I did my first stand-up show in December 27, 2014.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've been doing this for a long time. Nonetheless, I've never did it full time. Full time is this my first year, this last year for that matter, when I decided, I think I'm funny enough to pay the bills with it.
Right.
So, went ahead and winged it. But starting comedy was just, naturally people say, oh, you're funny your whole life. Oh, you're funny, man. You're funny. Mm-hmm. So the first person that could tell me that told me I was good enough to do stand-up was my uncle. He was getting his hair cut by his younger brother. in the kitchen. There was a couple other guys there, grown men, and I was 16. And his brother said something to me. I forgot what it was. I wish I had wrote it down. And I rebutted really fast, and the room was laughing. He was like, "Man, you could do stand-up. You really fast. You really funny, etc."
Right.
What the fuck do you know, Uncle? I'm 16 years old. But those kind of things have always stuck with me. So when it was time to put it on stage, I was like, man, I've heard enough people tell me I can do it.
Right.
So let me give it a shot.
Right.
I did it, and I think like any comedian to tell you, the moment you get a room to laugh, you're like, oh, y'all got me fucked up.
Yeah, y'all done fucked up.
Yeah, like I could, yeah.
Y'all done fucked up. Y'all done fucked up. It's over now. All right, I feel you. Okay, so I heard you have your dog. You love your dog, right? You write your dog off on your taxes?
You know what? I need to learn how. I spent $87 like a month ago on her. Just like a dry 87 to do something, and that's not even the max amount of money I spend on it, but just a dry $87. I'm like, this bitch need a job. Like, somebody gotta come through with some kind of dog relief bill or something.
Everybody I know is trying to write off their taxes.
I think dog food should be free.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Because if white people love dogs so much, why I gotta pay for it to feed it?
Why?
Who's lying here? That's how I feel. Come on now.
About this.
Get your heads in the game, white people.
Well, shoot, looking to turn her into a service animal, like for you, and then that's another way to write her off on.
Do I gotta fake like I'm blind? I don't want to fake cripple. Like, I don't want to be limping around.
No, it's service animals like, yo, she's a comfort. She's a comfort.
So I gotta act like I got anxiety. I walk in there twitching if I can keep.
Who don't have anxiety?
Come on now. Bail? I don't ring a bell.
Who don't have anxiety?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Touché.
It's one of those things like, yo, she keeps me calm when I need to go on stage. She keeps me calm when I go home.
I'm gonna start bringing her around white people for sure. Yeah. She keeps me calm then for damn sure. I don't know what the hell they be doing.
You get nervous?
She do. Oh. And if she don't like it, I don't trust her.
Nah.
Whatever situation be. I'm like, oh, she's scared of y'all. 100%.
Why the dog got a discerning spirit?
Hey man, she like what she like.
But yeah, bro, it's ways to do it. We have a tax business. We've been doing it for over 10, 11 years.
Okay.
Like I tell a lot of people, like, you know, this Boss Talks is only out there to show different walks of life of how you can get your bag and how you can go about doing it.
That's important. That's important. There's a lot of untouched money that was not put in on our, in our culture for a purpose, but damn sure as guys like you and anybody else go to figure it out, we all appreciate it. Give it back to us. So.
Yeah, because like with you, like not to not shed light on your entertainment, but like there's a lot of guys that don't need to be in front of the mic. Like a guy that's running his camera, like a lot of people may not even recognize who he is. But that motherfucker is top dog.
And I have no clue what the hell he's doing.
Right.
He was like, hey, do my job. I was like, is it on? So
why are you green right now? You got an orange jacket, but why are you green?
What's going on?
You know what I'm saying? So like that's the purpose of like us doing the Boss Talks on the Rooftop, is like just to shed light on different ways you can be a boss in this world. So man, we appreciate you coming on, and I really want to know what's next for you.
Coming up, man, I actually just released the photos, a couple of the photos earlier. I have this, y'all seen late night shows, Jay Leno, David Letterman, so on and so forth. And I'm hopefully, of course, everybody's aware of who Trevor Noah is. So I wanted to take the spirit of what Trevor Noah is providing and what the late night shows with the white men are providing and mix it to a space of black culture, celebration of that, black progress, and as well as like an exemplification of of what we are, like in the highlighted space. Unfortunately, a lot of our platforms show negative sides of us, which is fair. It is what it is. I'm not arguing with it, but I don't care to highlight the things we do wrong.
Right.
I'm here to highlight, the things we do right and what moves us forward, so on and so forth. So
absolutely.
With it, it's called The Late Night Show. The Late Night Show with Richie Fontane featuring Mozart's Orchestra. I have a live band with me as well.
Oh man, that's gonna be lit.
Absolutely. The game plan of it is to I'll have a live band, live guests, as well as I'll be interviewing, of course, live as well. And I'm bringing on people who do stuff, people who care about us, people who mean something, so on and so forth. Because it's, I think it's far more important to highlight what we're doing well versus what we're lacking in. Because we got enough. Hey, y'all are negative on this side of it.
Right.
Not that I have an issue with rap music, but rap music highlights, some bad sides of us enough. So
it's not always sunny with the rap.
Exactly. Not that I'm not banging my shit. Keep
but
it up.
y'all jam like a mother. Like don't
even worry about it.
You know what I'm saying?
But of course, I'm not here to. I don't shoot niggas ever. I'm not even into it. So my thing is, I'm coming.
It's not one of those things I'm trying to do.
If necessary, I'm not here for it. But the late night show, Richie Fontane, man, it's all about, again, black culture, black celebration, black excellence, black progression, and in a space to where it's, shall involve some pop culture, but it's relevant to us. Everything about it is, what's going on, but as well as, comedy, because you're not gonna not laugh if I'm there.
Right.
There you go.
Facts. So, brother, anytime you can come out, how do we reach you?
Reach me at my manager's app. No, I'm kidding.
How we reach you? How we support you?
You find me on IG at Richie Fontane. I don't know why y'all keep putting an I in Fontane. Whoever's name is named Fontane, they got an I in it, change your name. You're confusing everybody. You're not me, I'm not you, and I don't want people to keep thinking otherwise. On TikTok, it's Fontane, that A in Fontane is a V. And that's not because I'm like some cool hipster. It's because some asshole got my name and I want it back. And I'm not gonna pay $50,000 for it. I'm not Drake. You can reach me on Facebook. Not really. I'm not gonna get at you or back to you or any kind of note. We won't be chatting on Facebook. And stop calling me on Facebook, because what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And then on Twitter is Richiano. That A is also a V. And again, not because I'm a 19-year-old hipster. It's because some asshole stole my name on there as well. So if niggas just want to return what's mine, not that I had it, but I would like to get it for less than $50,000. More so like 50. Do like a $50 deal to give me my shit back.
Hey, thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share. Boss Talks on the Rooftop. I'm Bryson Fowler. This is Richie Fontane.
Oh, man.
Remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. Two fingers. I should have. I was like,